Chapter 13. Abel felt a hand on his cheek as he opened his eyes. His vision was blurry, but soon adjusted to the dim room and the gray ceiling he decided he was staring at. "Had to move you since Mav was making Terma solution," said Marin. "You're in my workshop now." Abel grunted, shifted onto his left side to avoid even the dim light of an earthlight shard peeking from the corner of the room. "Can you see all right out of it?" It was Mav. "Yes, but not well," mumbled Abel. "It might get worse before it gets better," said Mav. "The blood will come to heal the wounds and additional pricks I had to make to tie everything together. If nothing else, I have learned what pain is." Mav laughed. "It went quite well," said Mav. "Have a look." Still lying on his back, Abel accepted the mirror and nearly dropped it. A dark circle lay where his eyes should have been. "Don't worry," said Mav. "The swelling will go down soon." "Your eye will open back up, too," said Marin. "Maybe even by tonight if you're lucky," chirped Mav. "There's no rush though," said Marin, putting a hand behind Abel's head and taking the mirror. "But it is almost time for a middle meal." "I think I can sit up," said Abel. Mav and Marin helped him to a seated position. Abel nodded to them in thanks, then gathered his surroundings. Another small room, this one littered with cuts of leaf and some other material he couldn't quite identify. "Skins," said Marin. "From rodents and reptiles we capture. They make for decent clothing." Abel was amazed he hadn't quite realized the quilted texture of their clothing was a result of the salvaged materials. "So what are we eating?" he asked. "You're gonna love it," said Mav. Moments later, Abel was back among the group, and Marin was smiling as she set a bowl of green soup in front of him. He should have known. Mav and Marin shared a laugh at his expense. "How do you guys know to join for the meal?" asked Abel. "There's no toll." "Just a gut feel after a while," said Gara. "Gut?" "Right here," said Marin, pointing at her stomach, trying to be helpful. "When you're hungry, you come." "Thanks, Marin," smiled Gara. "Of course you have the morning toll to wake us, and the end-of-shift tolls to tell us it's time for supper." "3 meals in one shift?" asked Abel. "As a worker, I only got 2, and the servings were half the size." "You will have to relieve yourself more often," said Gara. "But you'll also have more energy," said Mav. "I have to correct you, Gara," said Rai, coming up from the second hallway. "Around here, we refer to the later pair as the evening tolls." Marin fetched a bowl for Rai, reaching a hand through the stone gap into their kitchen, which fed out of Mav's lab. "Looks like Mav and Marin took good care of you, Abel," said Rai. "I think so," Abel replied. It still felt strange to be called this new name, when not long ago he only knew himself as a worker in growing room 1. "You'll have a scar like Caden in no time," said Rai. "And you, I heard," said Abel. Rai's eyes darkened at the comment. Marin returned, setting a bowl in front of Rai. "3 scars," said Mav, changing the subject. "Maybe Caden will be jealous." Rai nodded. "Where is Caden, anyway?" "Haven't seen him," said Gara, "but I did notice my pickaxe went missing. I'm guessing it didn't simply stand up and walk away." "So he's off digging," said Rai, taking a bite from his soup. "So long as he takes care of his jobs." There was a lull in the conversation as the group took a moment to slurp their soup. Then Rai cleared his throat noisily, as if clearing an obstruction. "Abel, now that you're feeling better, you'll need to learn what we do around here." "He means you'll need to earn your keep," said Marin. When Rai eyed her, she ignored him and slurped another spoonful. "Marin is right," said Rai. "You're not a worker, but you will work harder than before. You'll have to learn to scout, plant, and collect. Since your eye is still on the mend, why don't you start with Marin this afternoon?" "The afternoon," explained Marin, "is the time between middle meal and third meal, which we have after the evening tolls." "Sure, that should be good," said Abel. "If I do well, will you help me get back to the workers' quarters?" Rai paused heavily. But when Abel offered a tentative smile, the group burst into laughter.